up, YouTube? Ryan Denny back here with another episode of Denny's Prop Shop. This is still episode 1, the Whiterun guard helmet. This is most likely the last episode, so as long as I get everything done today, we don't have very much left. So let's go ahead and finish this up, shall we? So all we have left to do today is put in the 4 corners, and in order to do that, I was originally going to use the same type foam that I used here, the bit thicker stuff. But upon later decision, I went to my local dollar store and found the thinner, like, craft foam sheets. They're a lot thinner, alright? And it's just going to be easier to kind of fit it in there and get it to work right. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up, grab out one of the sheets. It doesn't really matter what color you use. I'm just going to use orange because these need to be bronze anyway, and it's closest to bronze. So now I'm just going to kind of fit that in there, kind of like that, and then I'm just going to trace. Alright? It doesn't have to be a very perfect line. You're just using this to get a generalized idea. Alright, and then once I have my line, hard to see here, so I'm just going to kind of darken it out a bit. Alright, so here, let me see if I can capture that under the camera. Alright, so there it is, okay? Now I might need 2 sheets for this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to make like a slight bubble around it, because you want some ample room to hot glue this, okay? So maybe like a 1/2 inch extra, and make sure that's properly marked. That way you know where the hot glue marks are. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. Alright, so I'm going to cut these 4 out. And then I got the glue gun heating, so after that we can just glue them right in. So no real problems with this. There's one. Okay, so now I got my 4 corners. Now once the hot glue gun heats up, we're just going to take these 4, and we're going to start placing them on the inside, just like that. Alright? Alright, so the glue gun's all heated up, so I got my 4 corners. I'm just going to start gluing them in place. Alright, so first one is in. I'm just going to glue under here a little bit and pressure it a little bit more, that way it really gets in there nicely. Alright, so we got all 4 of those in, alright? They may not look as good as they can, but I think all in all, not too bad. So, last thing up is we are going to paint these bronze. Alright, so I got my bronze spray paint, not spray paint, hand paint right here. Alright, now there's no special technique with this one, because this one actually, like the bronze parts of their helmets, are actually pretty clean looking. Alright, they're just like pure bronze. So, I'm just going to kind of paint them bronze. Alrighty. Alright, so as weird as it sounds, when you're applying this, or at least for me, what I had to do, the bronze wasn't wanting to really spread and look very good. So I'd apply a glob of paint and rub it around my finger, and it's actually starting to kind of work now. So I just kind of get like a big glob on there, kind of throw it on there, and rub it around. Alright, so there you have it. Alright, that's 1 corner down. It's done. Alright, I got the bronze. A little bit of the bronze got onto the rims, the edges. I'm not really worried about that though. I'm going to hit that up with some silver, but I'm not going to film that. There's really no point. It's a simple little thing. And we got a lot to get through yet. I still have to put in the fabric in here and the point on here. Now for the point, I'm probably just going to glue together a couple layers of EVA foam, use the Dremel, and shred it down. As for the fabric, since this is a Whiterun guard, it's going to be yellow, because depending on the hold in the game, it changes the inside color. So if I was from Solitude, it'd be red in here, or if I was a member of the Stormcloaks, it'd be blue, just whatever color. It really doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Okay, so for me, I just had some yellow fabric from a leftover Scorpion from Mortal Kombat outfit that I had made. So I just had some yellow left over from that. You really don't need that much. I would suggest a good square like this, though, because you might want to like fold it up and everything. Another route that you could go is you could, once you have your fabric, you could kind of make it look a little bit more rugged. A lot of people will take like coffee grounds and rub them in there, and that's not a bad idea. Another thing that you could do is some people will use, they call it tea staining, and it's basically you get like a little tub of tea and you like basically douse your fabric in it, and it kind of gets it I don't want to say like a rusty look, but it makes it a little bit more brown. And it looks really good. It looks really nice. We used that on an Edward Kenway outfit for my older brother from Assassin's Creed. We used it on like his cuffs. It turned out really nice, but you don't have to. Basically what we're going to do here is I'm going to fold this over once, just like that. And on this upper layer right here, I'm just going to kind of start to put some like folds and kind of wrinkles in there. And then we're just going to glue that down. And then we're going to glue that right in here. And if it gets into like any of the eye hole areas, we're just going to cut it off. Alright, so here's kind of what I ended up with. Alright, now I didn't want like too many wrinkles, but just enough that it kind of looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and test fit it in there, see how she's going to look, and see where my wrinkles are going to be placed. Alright, so the sides are going to look something like that. I'm going to have a lot of excess, actually. So I'm just going to kind of trim along this top here and along the sides a bit. Alright, so I went ahead and cut them in half because I think it would just be easier to fit them in here. Now I see that they're too tall and a bit too wide. So I'm going to go ahead and start trimming them down, and this is where you're kind of tailoring it, alright? Fitting it in so that it'll look right. Now the height really isn't a problem except for the eyes, so I'm going to see if I can kind of get this with a slant, maybe, and avoid hitting the eyes. And I can see that's not really going to happen. But nonetheless, I'm going to mark where it's hitting. It's going to be a little bit trickier to see, but you can get a generalized idea of where you're hitting it. So then, here it is, pretty much tailored to the size I need it. And then I can just kind of move it around and kind of get it in there just the way I want it, alright? So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to start with the top, because the rest, it doesn't, there's no exact look, you don't need to go for the exact wrinkles that it shows in the game. You're not going to go and do a con or anything, or, film a video, and nobody's really going to talk to you about your wrinkles not looking right. Alright, so I'm starting to glue in the pieces now, and this first one is starting out pretty promising. Now I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue to the sides. Hot glue strings are a pain in the butt, I can tell you that. They get everywhere. It's kind of like spider webs if you've ever been caught in one of those. Not gonna lie, this part kind of hurts when you're gluing it down because the cloth provides almost no comfort to the burns. So, well, there you have one side. Okay. I think it's gonna add like a nice little finishing touch to it. I'm just gonna add the other part of that, and I'm not gonna film that on camera. Same exact thing. Doesn't really matter how you want to do it. You know, just tailor it to what you think looks best. Because in the end, it's all about the looks with these things. All right. So next up after that is going to be the top horn thing. All right, so here she is. All right, I got the fabric in both sides, as you can see. Put it on, and I think it looks pretty good so far. All that's left is the little spike at the top. All right, so I'm gonna clear pretty much all of this off and go ahead and get started on that. All right. Okay, so after a lot of tedious work with the Dremel tool, I could see that it was going to be very difficult and that the foam was starting to get too soft as I got closer in and in. So as I went down, I was going to continue, but as I went down to grab a couple refill glue sticks, I came across this. Look, anything like the guard helmet top? I think it looks pretty dang close. So I found this on like a wooden like dowel. So I'm just gonna glue that right on top of the helmet. I'm gonna paint it up silver first though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a nice bit of silver on there. Now, I will say that there's supposed to be screws on here, and I'm going to do that. So that's probably going to be something that hopefully I can put on this video. Alright, so we're just going to let that dry. Meantime, I guess I'll go ahead and just put some of the silver in the edges here. Alright? Alright, so here you have it. Whiterun guard helmet. Alright, so the next episode of it is going to be doing the scale mail and the bolts. Alright, now that is going to be later, so in the meantime we're going to start a new project. If anybody has any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I love to hear any new suggestions, and I'm always looking to widen my building options. So if you have anything, just leave something in the comments and I will definitely be looking. Alright, so that's all I've got for today. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe, and I guess that's it. So see you later, guys.